A trailer is defined as a short preview which actually shows the important parts and the scenes of a certain movie. Actually, the trailer shows all these scenes to gain the interest of the audience and make them to watch the movie in the theater or a cinema. In 1910, cinemas only had a single screen and it ran all the day long. The people only had to pay 5 cents, amount of 5 cents they were allowed to sit in the theater for the whole day. For example, the whole day you watch all the movies for the 5 cents you paid. The movies were played in a continuous loop and you can watch it as many times as you want at the time. There wasn't an idea of a real trailer at that time. As the time passed, 1913 was considered as zero year for the movie trailers. A person named Niels Grunland, who was an advertisement manager of a company named Marcus Louis Theatres in New York, they made a small film like a trailer for a Broadway play, Player Seekers, which actually showed a rehearsal footage. His idea of showing this ad became so famous, and Marcus Louis Theatres, for which he worked for, immediately implemented this idea as I really liked it, and as following them, many other theatres also copied the ideas. Just around the same time, a person named Colonel William Selig in Chicago went to the Chicago Tribune newspaper company and adapted a film version of a printed serial named as Adventure of Kathleen. It's called a trailer because there would be cliffhangers at the end of each serial. By 1916, movie studios officially began releasing trailers for the upcoming movie in the theaters. These trailers were pretty basic and consisted snippets from the film with some overlaid text such as the cast of the main stars. This was the actual tone of the trailers which you are watching these days. But if you compare to the present, you cannot really match them, can you? In 1919, as the trailers in different theaters were becoming famous, a person named Herman Robinson made a company, the NSS, and opened an office in New York City that took movie stills, spliced in titles, and turned around and sold these trailers to the movie theaters directly. They didn't even ask permission from the studios. In 1927, saw the release of Jazz Singer, which was the first ever film which included sound, and it happened to be part of the actual part of the film. That was another addition, or you can say that it was reformation of the trailers, and this thing gave a brilliant idea for the trailers which we are watching nowadays. In 1940s, the NSS branched out and became really famous. They also branched out into posters and other advertisement companies. At the time, they were kind of ruling Hollywood industry. They had no competent. They made trailers sold to the theaters for upcoming movies, and they charged the theaters for that. They had contracts with all the major Hollywood studios, and the NSS became more and more famous with the passage of time. The year 1960, that we can call the downfall of NSS, because the new generation of stars started to redefine the trailers. Among these stars was the legend Alfred Hitchcock. Hitchcock really reformed the trailers. Instead of showing scenes from the movie, he added his name to the TV series as Alfred Hitchcock Presents. The TV series cast in on his celebrity, taking audience on a tour using his gallows humor style in this trailer for 1960 Psycho. The year 1964 was a year when a person named Stanley Kubrick, he was a star director, hired a graphic designer Pablo Ferro. He made him to edit the trailer of the Doctor Strangelove. He used the quick cutting technique, very familiar to the technique nowadays, and he played that on TV commercials. And this went really famous. The audience really liked this new technique, and it became a hit. By the 70s, the new era of the blockbuster rised up. The landscape of the movie business was completely changed from the studio controlled. The 70s, the year of the fall of the NSS and the rise of the blockbuster. This resulted in the creation of multiplex cinemas with various screens and movie studios, and production companies taking control of their own trailers once more. The movie distribution strategy had completely changed from the golden era film to the blockbuster era, most noticeably symbolized by the wide release of 1975 film The Jaws, which showed in 465 theaters on the release, as well as only costing $700,000 to advertise on the TV yet. It grossed about $7 million in the first week alone. As well as now, voice-over narration had become popular in blockbusters. Trailers due to the voice of Don LaFontaine, whose voice has been used over more than 5,000 movie trailers. By the 80s and 90s, now the MTV cutting style with fast pace had been adapted. This shaped the trailer into what it is today. The use of money shot in a trailer, once more crucial shot in a film, helped to sell the film now. Now it seems that today trailers have become an art form in their own right. Use the trailers to whet the audience appetite. The use of the sound creates tension, like a trailer of Transformers, fast-paced editing to create a thrill. music to set a certain tone. There are even trailers awards show due to the rise of social media. The way trailers are marketed and distributed has changed drastically, as we can now go watch them freely on sites such as YouTube, hence why the art of trailers is only certain to change even more as the time passes. The art of the trailer have evolved and reformed with the passage of time, as I described before about all the revolution of the trailers. But if we compare all that with now modern day trailers, it's really changed, because now the trailers making is an industry on a very large scale. A lot of suspense, action, fast-hitting music according to the scene. Just if you see a trailer of Avengers Endgame, you can clearly tell that it's an action movie. It shows all the fast editing and music. Who knows that in coming time how much the trailers will evolve. Trailers might come in the 3D version, and we'll have to find some new sources other than TV and social media. I think that trailers will also go in the outer space with the movies as the industry for the movies grow up.